Duel 2. Let's rock.
So, hello everyone, I'm Handbarth, bringing you my first impressions of Guilty Gear Strive. The past few days they've been having an open beta available to all PlayStation users, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. This game is fantastic! The very first clip you saw was my first rage quit. Someone just couldn't handle it. just out. They're like, nah. I don't know why. It's just the beta, but whatever. Anywho, this game is fantastic. Let me tell you why. First off, the gameplay is fantastic. Alright? This fighting game is smooth as fuck. The animations are top notch. I absolutely love the artwork. It all looks beautiful. Every single frame is beautifully handcrafted. It looks glorious. I love it. There's not a lot of bad things I can say about the actual gameplay. Combos are great. They're pretty easy to perform. If you're playing or watching a match, you can tell straight away that anytime someone performs a counter hit, time slows down. A gigantic thing on screen shows up, showing the words counter. There's a audio track that plays that literally screams counter, giving you pretty much no excuse to drop your combos, but you're gonna do it anyway because we're all just learning. But man, this game is a lot of fun. I picked up Potemkin first. He's a lot of fun. Guilty Gear requires that you utilize a lot of mobility. Poe doesn't have that, but that's okay because his damage output is insane. So I don't have to worry about all that maneuverability. I just let them come to me, baby. So this game also encourages that you be creative with how you approach combat. For example, because I have a lack of mobility, I have to utilize certain moves to get in on people, which a lot of Poe's moves cause him to move forward. As you can see, just by pressing X, I do a step forward and slam attack. He has a charge ability that sends him across the screen, like that one right there. He has a way to get in the air through his Mega Fist. He has so many options to get in that it's not that bad that he doesn't have a lot of mobility because his moves naturally get him his mobility. Also, with Roman cancels, you can also extend combos a special way, use your supers in creative ways. It's just interesting. We're gonna have a lot of fun playing this game. Is it still hard to get into? I mean, any fighting games, I guess, hard to get into. You just have to take the time and get better at it. But right now, what's on screen, this is how the online works. It's basically, just think of all the lobbies as one big tower, and every floor of the tower dictates who you're going to be fighting against as far as your skill level. So the lower down you go in the tower, the less skilled the players are. The higher you go, the better the players. The game will lock you out of lower sections, so you can't play those people. You can only play people on your floor or higher. This encourages players to get better. So you can't just go down to 4-1 and just, pub stomp a bunch of people who are just trying to, learn the game or have fun. Which I think is great. I think more games should do that. So let's say you're in a floor, you lose 5 matches, you get D-ranked. It opens up one of the lower levels, so you can go back there. You can still technically fight on the floor you're still on, but now your limit is now lowered. But there's also another section called Heaven, which is the very top of the tower. which is pretty much, that's like the creme de la creme of players, and you're only allowed to get into that high part if you beat 5 players who are already in that lobby. And then apparently you're granted access to that spot for at least a month before it kicks you out, and then you have to fight back in. Or if you lose a whole bunch, it just kicks you out anyway. So it literally has a gatekeeping mechanic, which I think is completely okay. Especially at the very top. That's kind of where that kind of extreme gatekeeping is kept. But hey, whatever, let them have it. Just there's so many lobbies. All these lobbies have plazas. They call them. I think every lobby has 64 plazas that hold up to 32 players. So that's cool. So that's pretty much just how that online is going to work. But when you actually get into a lobby, it's going to look like this. And I'm not gonna lie, it fucking sucks. This lobby sucks. The actual lobbies, when you get in them, are trash. They look like crap. I mean, well, I don't know what they're thinking, but like, not just that, but just how they operate. It's so clunky. It's so jittery. Matches drop before you even get in them. People fucking teleport places because it puts you in a spot. It's just goofy. That's pretty much the only negative thing I have to say about it, is that the lobbies are trash when you actually get in them. You can technically go into training mode and just wait out a quick match, so that's fine. But if you want to like stick with the same people and play the same player over and over again instead of just one match, and that's it, you have to go through the lobby. Another thing about the actual game, as far as its balancing is concerned, I think some characters at the moment are better than others, very clearly. But of course, this is a beta, so I'm sure they'll adjust as they need to. From what I've played so far, Giovanna seems to be one of the best characters. Not only is she relatively easy to use, literally fucking everything's safe. So it's really hard to determine when it's your turn to attack. It's just literally everything puts her on plus. It's crazy. If you don't know what plus means, it means any action that she does, me as the turn who would then repost my attack, I can't, because she would be able to counter me because she's that fast. That's the main character that I have a gripe with. I think she's a great character. I think she needs to be toned back a bit. Chip's health needs to be increased. As a character who's designed to be a glass cannon, it's unfortunate because literally everyone does the same amount of damage as he does, which kind of defeats that purpose. When everyone is a cannon, being the glass cannon out of cannons is not good, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain that. I'm explaining it like a primate, but I apologize. Anywho, I really like this game. I'm pre-ordering it simply. I was originally just gonna buy it just to support games to have rollback netcode, because I forgot to mention that the netcode when you're playing against other people is spot on. Didn't have a single match the entire time I was playing this beta. Not a single match had lag, or noticeable lag. Rollback netcode it's the future, and it's something that every single fighting game should adopt. It's like this has to be the standard anymore. Delay-based netcode needs to die. This rollback netcode needs to replace it. It's fantastic. I think everyone needs to follow suit. Any game from here on out that has delay-based netcode and refuses to put in rollback should just fucking die. Just throw it in the garbage. With that said, Even then, I still think this game is fantastic. This is the first Guilty Gear I've really spent time into, because I mean, I like Guilty Gear. I never really got into it, though. But this one's fantastic. So yeah. Definitely go in while the game's good. Thank you for your time, and good night.
Slap.